is another diagram of semi-conservative replication. This is parental DNA which, as a result of semi-conservative replication, produces two daughter DNA molecules, and both of these are double-stranded DNAs. Each one of these DNA molecules contains one of the original or parental DNA and other is newly synthesized DNA strand. This is the diagrammatical representation of semi-conservative replication. Origin of replication. The origin of replication, also called the replication origin. New strand of DNA is always synthesized in 5 to 3 direction. Reiji Okazaki and colleagues found that one of the new DNA strands is synthesized in short pieces now called Okazaki fragments. One strand is synthesized continuously and the other discontinuously. The continuous strand, also called leading strand, it is the one in which 5 to 3 synthesis proceeds in the same direction as replication fork movement. The other one is the discontinuous strand, or it is also called lagging strand. Lagging strand is the one in which 5 to 3 synthesis proceeds in the direction opposite to the direction of fork movement. DNA polymerase from the fragments and replacing it with the required nucleotides. DNA polymerase 1 catalyzes the template-directed polymerization of nucleotides into duplex DNA in a 5 to 3 direction. DNA polymerase 3. It is essential for replication of the leading and the lagging strands. DNA polymerase 3 are also involved in DNA repair. Together with a DNA helicase and a primase, DNA polymerase 3 participates in the replicative apparatus that acts at the replication fork. DNA polymerase 2 is involved in DNA repair. DNA polymerase 2 catalyzes the repair of nucleotide base pairs. The N-terminal domains of DNA polymerase 2 is responsible for association and dissociation of DNA strand to the catalytic subunit. These enzymes cannot replace each other as they have different functions to be performed. A 3 to 5 direction proofreading exonuclease domain is intrinsic to the most DNA polymerases. It allows the enzymes to check each nucleotide during DNA synthesis and excise mismatched nucleotides in 3 to 5 direction. As 3 to 5 direction is the proofreading activity. Here in this table we can see the polymerase and exonuclease activity of DNA polymerases. Polymerase activity for all enzymes is always from 5 to 3 direction. If we talk about DNA polymerase 1, filling if gap between removal RNA primer, DNA repair and removal of RNA primers. And if we talk about its exonuclease activity, it shows exonuclease activity from 5 to 3 direction and also from 3 to 5 direction. DNA polymerase 1 is the only DNA polymerase which shows exonuclease activity in both directions. DNA polymerase II. It is involved in DNA repair in 5 to 3 direction, and it shows exonuclease activity in 3 to 5 direction. DNA polymerase III. It is involved in replication, proofreading and editing, and it shows exonuclease activity in 3 to 5 direction. DNA polymerase IV and V are both involved in DNA repair. Initiation of replication. The initiation of DNA synthesis occurs at a site called origin of replication. There is a single site of replication in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes there are multiple sites of origin. Origin of replication mostly consists of a short sequence of A-T base pairs. A specific protein called DNA-A binds with the site of origin for replication, and DNA-A protein is made up of 20 to 50 monomers. DNA-A protein causes the double-stranded DNA to separate. Replication bubbles. Replication bubbles. The two complementary strands of DNA separate at the site of replication to form a bubble. Multiple replication bubbles are formed in eukaryotic DNA molecules, which is essential for a rapid replication process. RNA primer. RNA primer is required for the synthesis of new DNA. RNA primer is a short fragment of RNA made up of 5 to 50 nucleotides. Association with single-stranded binding proteins forms a complex called primosome and produces RNA primers. Why DNA polymerase need a primer? The synthesis of a primer is necessary because the enzymes that synthesize DNA, which are called DNA polymerases, can attach new DNA nucleotides to an already existing strand of nucleotides. The primer therefore serves to prime and lay a foundation for DNA synthesis. Replication fork and DNA synthesis. The separation of two strands of parent DNA results in the formation of a replication fork. The active synthesis of DNA occurs in this region. The replication fork moves along the parent DNA as the daughter DNA molecules are synthesized. DNA helicases are the enzymes that unwind the DNA double helix by breaking the hydrogen bonds down the center of the strands. These enzymes bind to both the DNA strands at the replication fork. Helicases move along the DNA helix and separate the strands. Helicases are dependent on ATP for energy supply. Single-stranded DNA binding proteins. These are also known as DNA helix destabilizing proteins. They possess no enzyme activity. Single-stranded binding proteins bind only to single-stranded DNA separated by helicases. Single-stranded binding proteins keep the two strands separate and provide the template for new DNA synthesis. It is believed that single-stranded binding proteins also protect the single-stranded DNA degradation by nucleases. DNA polymerase III catalyze DNA synthesis. the synthesis of new DNA strand catalyzed by prokaryotes. This is the helicase enzyme which unwinds the DNA. It separates the double-stranded DNA into single-stranded strands of DNA, allowing each strand to be copied. These are the single-stranded binding proteins that bind to newly separated individual DNA strand, keeping strands separated by holding them in a place so that each strand can serve as a template for new DNA synthesis. This is the leading strand and this one is the lagging strand. Leading strand moves towards the replication fork and it is replicated in 5 to 3 direction. Whereas the lagging strand is replicated in 5 to 3 direction in the form of short fragments called Okazaki fragments. It is also called discontinuous strand, and leading strand is also called continuous strand. Primer is short strand of RNA. Primase catalyze the synthesis of RNA primer complementary to a single-stranded DNA template. After this elongation, RNA piece or primer is removed by 5 to 3 exonuclease and refilled with DNA. DNA polymerase during DNA replication. Overview. Origin of replication. This is the origin of replication. This one is the lagging strand which moves away from the replication fork. This is the leading strand which moves toward cannot catalyze the addition of nucleotides to the 5' end of the growing chain. This problem is solved by synthesis. Okazaki fragments are short sequences of DNA nucleotides which are synthesized discontinuously and later linked together by DNA ligase to create the lagging strand during DNA replication. This is the parental DNA which upon unwinding by helicase enzyme opened up into the leading strand and a lagging strand, and lagging strand is replicated in the form of Okazaki fragments in 5 to 3 direction, and these Okazaki fragments are later joined by DNA ligase. Proofreading function of DNA polymerase III. DNA polymerase III catalyzes addition of nucleotides. Besides its 5 to 3 direction catalytic function, DNA polymerase III also has a proofreading activity and removes the wrongly placed nucleotide bases. Replacement of RNA primer by DNA. It removes the RNA primer and takes its position. RNA polymerase I catalyzes the synthesis in 5 to 3 direction of a fragment of DNA that replaces RNA primer. RNA polymerase I is involved in the replacement of RNA primer. DNA ligase. It catalyzes the formation of a phosphodiester linkage between the DNA synthesized by DNA polymerase III and the small fragments of DNA produced by DNA polymerase I. This process, nick sealing, requires energy provided by the breakdown of ATP to AMP and PPI. Inorganic pyrophosphate. The Overview of action of DNA polymerase I and DNA ligase. This is the DNA template in 5 to 3 direction, and this one is the newly synthesized DNA or lagging strand. These are the Okazaki fragments, and this one is the RNA primer. In this step, excise RNA primer. RNA primer is removed, and here comes the DNA polymerase I, which functions to fill DNA gaps that arise during DNA replication. In the next step, DNA ligase comes and involves in nick sealing. Thus, the Okazaki fragments are joined together by DNA ligase. Here we talk about supercoiling and DNA topoisomerases. What is supercoiling? Over-twisting or under-twisting of DNA leads to supercoiling. DNA double helix separates from one side and replication proceeds. Supercoils are found at the other side. There are two types of supercoiling: positive supercoiling and negative supercoiling. In case of positive supercoiling of DNA occurs when the right-handed double helical conformation of DNA is twisted even tighter, twisted in a right-handed fashion, and winding occurs in the clockwise direction. In case of negative supercoiling, involves twisting against the helical conformation, means twisting in a left-handed fashion, and winding occurs in counterclockwise direction. Here we talk about topoisomerases, DNA topoisomerase I and DNA topoisomerase II. What is the role of DNA topoisomerase I? It cuts the single DNA strand, that is the nuclease activity, to overcome the problem of supercoiling, and then reseals the strand, which is ligase activity. Type 2 DNA topoisomerase, it is also known as DNA gyrase. It cuts both strands and reseals them to overcome the problem of supercoils. DNA topoisomerases are involved to reduce the supercoiling problem. This is RNA polymerase, which synthesizes RNA primer at the site of origin of replication. In one side, replication starts, and at the other and opposite side, supercoiling occurs. In case of positive supercoiling, DNA twisting occurs in a right-handed fashion and winding occurs in clockwise direction. In case of negative supercoiling, twisting occurs against the helical conformation and winding occurs in counterclockwise direction. This one is the topoisomerase type 1 enzyme, which cuts the single DNA strand to overcome the supercoiling and reseals the strand again. In case of topoisomerase type 2 enzyme, it cuts both strands and reseals them to overcome the problem of supercoiling. In order to manage DNA supercoils, it uses the hydrolysis of ATP, unlike type 1 topoisomerase. Supercoiling at unwinding double helix DNA. This is the positive supercoiling. This is negative supercoiling. DNA topoisomerases have many functions at replication, transcription, repair. DNA gyrase or topoisomerase II prevent the formation of supercoils. DNA topoisomerases cuts the DNA strand and reseals them to reduce the supercoiling problem. Here we talk about replication in eukaryotes. In eukaryotic cell, multiple regions of replication are present. At least 5 distinct DNA polymerases are present in eukaryotes. DNA polymerase alpha is responsible for initiation of DNA replication at regions of replication on both leading and lagging strands and during synthesis of Okazaki fragments on the lagging strand. The second one is DNA polymerase beta. It is involved in the repair of DNA. DNA polymerase beta plays a central role in the base excision DNA repair. The third one is DNA polymerase gamma. It participates in the replication of mitochondrial DNA and it is present in mitochondria while other 4 are present in the nucleus. The fourth one is DNA polymerase delta. It is responsible for replication on the leading strand of DNA. It also possesses proofreading activity. It acts as clamp loader and it catalyzes the loading of pCNA onto DNA. The replication on the lagging strand in eukaryotes is more complex as compared to the prokaryotes. The parental strands of DNA are separated by the enzyme helicase, a single-stranded DNA binding protein called replication protein A binds to the exposed single-stranded template. Replication protein A has 2 important roles in DNA metabolism. First one is it is involved in binding single-stranded DNA to protect it and to keep it unfolded. And the second role is in coordinating the assembly and disassembly of numerous proteins and protein complexes during DNA replication. Enzyme primase forms a complex with DNA polymerase alpha which initiates the synthesis of Okazaki fragments. The primase activity of polymerase alpha primase complex can produce 10 base pair RNA primer. The enzyme activity is then switched from primase to DNA polymerase alpha which elongates the primer by addition of 20 to 30 deoxyribonucleotides. Thus, by the action of poly-alpha primase complex, a short stretch of DNA attached to RNA is formed, and now the complex dissociates from DNA. The next step is the binding of replication factor C to the elongated primer, short RNA DNA. Replication factor C, the clamp protein, binds DNA polymerase and prevents this enzyme from dissociating from template DNA strand. Replication factor C serves as a clamp loader and catalyzes the assembly of proliferating cell nuclear antigen molecules. DNA polymerase delta binds to the sliding clamp and elongates the Okazaki fragments to a final length of about 150 to 200 base pairs. By this elongation, the replication complex approaches the RNA primer of the previous Okazaki fragment. The RNA primer removal is carried out by a pair of enzymes named as RNase H and flap endonuclease 1. This gap is created by RNA removal is filled by continued elongation of the new Okazaki fragment carried out by polymerase delta. The small nick that remains is finally sealed by DNA ligase. RNase H and flap endonuclease 1 are involved in the removal of RNA primer, and after the removal of RNA primer the gap is created, which is filled by the activity of polymerase delta, and the small nick that remains is finally sealed with DNA ligase activity. This is the diagram of the DNA replication in eukaryotes. This is the topoisomerase enzyme, which overcomes the problem of supercoiling in DNA. This one is helicase enzyme, which functions to unwind the double-stranded DNA, and this one is single-stranded binding proteins, which bind to single-stranded DNA and keep it open. If we talk about the leading strand, this one is the sliding clamp proliferating cell nuclear antigen. It is a DNA clamp that acts as processivity factor for DNA polymerase delta in eukaryotic cell, and it is essential for DNA replication. Polymerase delta is essential and it is responsible for replication on leading strand and also involved in proofreading activity. If we talk about the replication on the lagging strand, primase enzyme is involved in the synthesis of RNA primer. This one is polymerase alpha, which is responsible for initiation of replication at region of replication on both strands. Sliding clamp or proliferating cell nuclear antigen act as DNA clamp that acts as a processivity factor for DNA polymerase epsilon at the lagging strand, and it is also essential for DNA replication. Polymerase epsilon is involved in the replication in lagging strand, and it is also involved in proofreading and DNA repairing activity. And Okazaki fragments are formed on the lagging strand, which are joined together by DNA ligase. In this way, the replication occurs on the lagging strand and on the leading strand.